Let's assemble this baby chest of joy while I give you a story time of how I found out I was pregnant plus my labor experience. Right. So how I found out I was pregnant. My periods were like 3 days late when I told my man periods are late, and he suggested that we wait a bit because it was not the first time my period was late, but I just felt like man, going off man. I mean, you know your body, yabo. But I had like I believed, yabo. I believed. It's no, there's no one in there. And then yet 5 days, yet 6, 7, 8. I was like, no, it has never been this late. So he was like, okay, he gave me money to buy a test, and then so we did the test together because I told him I don't know what difference it would have made if if anyone or if I was with him. But I was like, I'm afraid to do it alone. And then we decided to buy wine, and we were like, okay, should it be that we are pregnant, this will be my last time drinking the wine until Lumutlo Afige if ukona. And then we spent the whole night. We were drinking the wine, playing games, eating, and then we decided to take the test. I think it was going for 12 episodes when we took the test. And then we were like, okay, let's not look at it immediately. So we took the test, and then Saibega. And then we continued playing games and listening to music, eating, And then we're like, okay, no, let's check. And then we looked at the test, and then both of them had 2 lines. Yo. You know, I kind of had a feeling that, yeah, man, I am pregnant. But that confirmation was just like you. But he was so excited. I still remember his reaction. He was super excited. He couldn't even hide it. I remember crying. I don't even know why I was crying. So we spoke about it, sat down, spoke about it. And we came to a conclusion with, we are keeping the baby. Because earlier this year, when we had a vision board date, pregnancy was part of the year. As much as it was not, the timing was not what we had planned. But we planned, God decides. Yeah, that's how we found out that we were pregnant. And then onto my labor experience. Nani kupintshela uNesi angisayifuni ifoni yami. Nani kupingisha amatafula. Hey, at that moment I remembered everyone wangikhuza ngabafana, and I was like, yo, I should have listened. Anyway, so my pains like I had pains for like 3 days, but I wasn't like sure what it's the pains because they were not intense, and they just kept coming and going. And then the actual day that actually took me to the hospital around 9 a.m. was my pain. But it was not too bad, but it was not like the past days. So I wake up, I decide I'm going to clean the house. The house is dirty and I'm going to clean it. I moved the couches, I moved the TV stand. Yay, yes, I was busy. And then I texted him, I told him I'm not feeling well today. I was also having hot flashes, my back was painful. And then I texted my friend as well because I was home alone. My mom was at work, my brother was at work, and he was at camp. So I texted my friend, I told her, please come over, I don't feel well, I think it's time. And then she came, she found me, and she was like, hey, so it's chai girl. Hambugeza while you still can, and then I'll finish cleaning up. And then she just continued cleaning. My okeza gave me. While bathing, the pains are getting worse and worse. And now I'm sweating. And then I give her my phone. I'm like, call my mother-in-law, because the plan was they were going to take me to hospital once I'm a peanut. And then they called her. I fast they were here. Got to the hospital. That side of labor ward, so I went to Lillian Goy. That side of the labor ward, the nurses are so friendly. I was so shocked because the other side, yeah. But anyway, got there, Bang Palisa, how far, they asked me how far I am. They're like, okay, we are going to check you. While we're checking you, they told my mother-in-law to go buy me some things, food, pads, and everything that she needed to get. And then she went. And then they checked me and they're like, hi, girl, you are still closed. So we'll just admit you and look check her as the time goes. And then I sat there and then she came back with the food, and they told that they can leave because they'll just keep me for some time to observe the situation. And then after a few hours, they called me again to come and check me, bank checker, and they're like, you are still not open and we'll have to send you back home. You'll come back masuku wes. Yabo. Mang sugu mangithi ngiyolungisa into zami to get ready to go. Amanzi avela bhamuka. And then I shouted for the nurse. I told her, amanzi abhamukile, and she asked me what color is the water. I told her it's brown, and she was like, oh no, that means your baby ukakile, and it's a problem because awuvulekanga. So we have to transfer you to a hospital that has a doctor and a theater so they can induce you. Or if the inducing does not succeed, you are taken into theater for C-section. Eventually, I was taken to Lillian Goy. On my way there in the ambulance, so there's 2 paramedics in the male paramedics, and they're trying to help me come down. This one is like, breathe. And at that point, anyone who says breathe is annoying me because we are advised to breathe when we feel like sukushubile. And at this point, I'm breather in and out. We get to the hospital, reception bank, Balisa. we finish with the registration. They give me a bed, and then they check my vitals. Bangifaka ku-drip. Before I left early, didn't go. Bangifaka ipipe umchamo ukuthi ngalokho ngisokola with uchamo. And then bangifaka amabhande esiswini. Oh, I think that's where I started to see Jesus and his disciples. That's where I started to pray for all the sins in the world. Everyone in the world, ngithandazele the day. uNkulunkulu ngixolele. So and now I am the belt, and the pains are getting more and more. And at this point, I think at first they would start, and then maybe like for like a few seconds, and then stop again, give you a chance to go to pivmule, and then I pin. I got a chance. But at this point, after after a few minutes, like we were saying, we wire. I'm gonna stop manage. And yo, and imagine I was bamba. I thought I had tolerance for pain, but on that day, I realized, I have zero tolerance for pain, Shem. Zero. In the pains, I'm shy. There was like this table next to me. I'm shy. Bese khona la astophe khona kancane. I was like, oh, thank God. Yo, and then abuya futhi, and I started screaming. Yo, ngamemeza into engimemezayo. And then abe ngcono ngabe to bed, and then again I started screaming. Yo, yazi ngikushibile ngathi ngiyahlanya. And then one of the nurses came in and she was like, Sibongile yazi uyasirasela. Ahlahle uyasidina. Lento yenzayo uyenzelani? Because manje uphazamisa nale bhande sikufake lona. We can't see the vitals of the baby. Yo, like I could hear her talk, but like ngathi bungena ngapha phuma ngapha na bekanginyanyisa nje. And then she was like, and you're making noise for the others abahleli next to wena. It's not fair on them. You need to breathe. There we go. Again, breathing. Because I'm breathe. Yo. And then I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm crying, man. I can't do this anymore. C-section. The thing is C-section. I had to give me, okay. The C-section, and she's like, but how are you asking for something that you don't know? I'm like, I don't know. I can't do this anymore. I can't. I'm crying. Yo. Because I'm being yo. And then she just walked away. She left me like that. And then there was this lady next to me. She's also pregnant. She's also in pain. She sees good I'm going through it, and she's like, are you okay? Can I fetch you water? Like, yes. And she's also in pain. I should have asked her name, but anyway. She stood up, and then she sat down. After a few minutes, she stood up. She checked my monitor label inside the vitals of the baby, and she was like, something is not wrong. Something is not right. I don't think it's reading properly. And then she went and called a nurse. This is someone who's also in pain. And then they came back. They fixed whatever they were fixing, and then a nurse again, checked how far I was, and then she just walked away. I was like, yo, I'm still. Yo, and at this point, I'm trying to convince myself. I'm talking to myself. Yes, self-talk, man, self-motivation. I'm like, we can do this. We got this. Trust your body. But I'm not trusting my body. Like, I talk to myself a few seconds, and then afterwards, I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not trusting my body. I'm trying to breathe. I would breathe. And I'm like, yo, I think a few times I blacked out. I don't know, because there was times when I woke up and I had no idea what was happening, and then the pain, young kumbuza, it was just a lot. And then after a few hours, and at this point I don't even know if it's hours or minutes. I don't even know what time it is or what day it is. She comes back again. She checks me, and then as she walks out, she calls another nurse, and she's like, 9 centimeters. Yo, I could jump and kiss them, all of them, because I'm like, yeah, I'm 9. It's chai. I'm there. It's almost done. And they were like, let's go. Take your things. Let's go. So when charge your phone next to the bed. So I just take the bag and the plastic yogurt living in pet. And she's like, take your phone. And I was serious. I literally walked away. I left the phone behind and then went to the other room. I went to the room, and then we got there, put my things down. As the phone, like being like kabang, got there. She explains, okay, this is what's going to happen. Don't push if I don't say push. Only push when I instruct you to. She explains the whole process. She's like, this is very important because you could either die or the baby. I'm calm, like, because now I'm like, okay, it's almost there, we're almost done. And then she says, okay, we start pushing. Only pushed 2 times, and the baby was out. No stitches, no nothing. And the moment the baby comes out and I hear the cry, man, everything just doesn't matter anymore. The pain just disappeared. Like, it was just like, whatever. Finally, we meet the boy. And this nurse is like, what are my dimples? He cried so hard. He's like, oh, my dimples. Namakal. And she's like, what's your name? She's asking the baby. And then I say the name. I'm like, Umbuzo. She's like, oh, I'm like, is it a girl? And she's like, I was Bonella. And then she wipes him. And then one day I was like, ta-da! I'm like, oh, it's a boy. And then on my chest. That was just beautiful. That moment was beautiful. If I could like fall pregnant again and we just skip to that part. Actually, I do the whole pregnancy thing. Yeah, but pregnancy was okay. Pregnancy was good. I didn't have it bad. I didn't have terrible cravings or just disliking any foods. I ate almost everything. The only problem I had was chicken. That's the only thing that's just now bad, and I didn't want to eat it. But other than that, I ate gahle, normal. I ate a lot of McDonald's. I ate a lot of fast food. So yeah, that was my experience. So on my way out to the other ward where you go when you're done giving birth, the lady, the nurse who began check, she's like, manje sposh, both are in. She is so spicy. As manje both are in. Yo, nami ngiyacabanga vele ukuthi into bengayikhoni because sesicedile. I just laughed. Yo, we laughed and she was like, hayi yani abusibongile. Sebacela nama C-section. Yay. Anyway, yeah, that's it. If you're pregnant or you're planning to be pregnant, you know, experiences are not the same. Some people don't go through terrible contractions. Some people just give birth without, you know, the terrible things. Honestly, trust your body, trust the process, even though I didn't trust it, but trust it, you know. Trust the process and like take the support that is given to you. I'm very lucky that I had a lot of support. It was just a lot of support, and I think that made the whole journey very smooth. You know, obviously they couldn't take away the pain for me, but otherwise, have support. And if you don't have it, I hope you make it through. If you're pregnant and you have no support, I hope you make it through. And when you meet your baby, you'll experience the joy and the happiness that I felt, and everything else won't matter afterwards. And you are going to be the best mom. And that's it for this week's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and press the bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Bye.